I think that prayer is probably more difficult now than it ever has been, certainly in my lifetime. And just a couple of reasons why. Number one, prayer is difficult now because we are so distracted. We live in the iPhone attention economy where our attention is literally the product being sold. Did anybody see The Social Dilemma on Netflix? It's real. Extremely intelligent people are paid to make apps that grab and hold on to your attention for as long as possible. Our phones give us that addicting dopamine hit every time we check them, hoping for something life-changing in that next notification or message. And the result of that is Silicon Valley is trying to tap into that dopamine addiction that we all have and to exploit it financially. And the result just makes it really, really hard for most of us to slow down, to focus in prayer, because our phones, wherever we set them down, are literally screaming for us to pick them back up. That makes prayer difficult. Prayer is also difficult because we live in a moment where we don't think that we really have needs. I mean, certainly materially, we don't have needs like in the first century. Remember, Jesus taught his disciples to pray for their daily bread. Most of us have probably never prayed considering the meal that would be before us that day. Most of us have more money than ever. Most have health care insurance. We just clearly don't need as much materially. Now, we definitely have deep emotional needs that in our city people are trying to deal with through absolutely any means possible except submission to the way of Jesus. But most don't have those material needs that are driving us to prayer. Now, there are some in our city for sure that because of addiction or circumstances are living houseless. There are poor in our city who actually do know what it's like to pray and to ask for those daily needs. And I would say that actually that is one of the places where I've experienced, even in this last month, going and spending time with friends on the street downtown and realizing that Jesus is actually very close to them. There are some that have tapped into this reality, but for most of us, we don't have any sense of need, and therefore it makes prayer hard. And finally, prayer is hard in this moment because secularism is so strong. Secularism is stronger than ever in our city. Most of us are plagued, at least at some point, with doubt. We wonder if God is there. Is Jesus really back from the dead and alive in our lives, in our city? Is God really listening? And this year in our nation, many structures and institutions have been shaken, and some of that is very good. But also, most of us have probably experienced a shaking of our own faith in that mix as well. And not to mention, we live in a city that is clearly post-Christian, where everyone wants the benefits of Christianity, but without the authority of Jesus over them. I think our city could have the motto that you do you, but don't tell me what to do. And there's a constant enticing pressure to just focus on yourself. Project self. Be true to yourself. Don't deny yourself or your desires. Live your truth. Find what really makes you happy and just do that. But this is 180 degrees contrary to the call of Jesus to deny yourself, pick up your cross, follow him, and be devoted to prayer. So this just makes prayer hard in this secular moment. And for most of us, prayer is a weak point of our apprenticeship. But this month, we want to devote ourselves to prayer because we have to figure this out. This is absolutely critical for life with God. Prayer is more important than anything else we do because prayer is about your connection to God.